You love the topic of nutrition, but you aren't too excited about the traditional pay that's offered for dietitian jobs that you found on the internet. In today's video, I'm going to break down a few steps that you can take. And if you're wondering why this topic is important, I want you to explore what financial freedom means to you. For me, I was motivated to start my private practice while I was working a clinical job because, well, I wanted to pay off my debt from grad school. I had student loans and they were piled high, and it felt so good when I was able to pay them off completely by growing my private practice and by taking my practice virtual, so I was actually able to manage my private practice. Because when you work a in-person model, a business model that's in person, there are more expenses, and when you're able to go remote, there's a lot of benefits. And by building an additional revenue stream and creating an online business, I was able to pay off my debt, and it felt so good. And I want to share with you not only my story, but what tactics you can take away and apply in your own business. So you might be wondering, what are the advantages and disadvantages of multiple revenue streams? Well, there's increased financial security when you're able to earn multiple revenue streams, meaning that there's more than one way for you to make money. That could mean that you're working a 9-to-5 and you're also teaching or speaking on the side. Or it could mean that you have an established practice and you're taking insurance and you also offer cash pay. Or it could mean that you have a virtual practice and private practice and you're offering programs, but you also do some brand work on the side. There's a million different ways that you can earn additional revenue streams, and the benefits include financial security. You can also tap into your creativity because it's really energizing and stimulating for you to have to learn the steps that it takes for you to make money in different ways. It improves your skill sets, and it's really fun to learn new skills, especially if you're that type of person that likes to grow. Ultimately, when you create additional revenue streams, you're able to help more people. And so multiple revenue streams means you're helping multiple people achieve their nutrition outcome. And you're also improving your visibility as a dietitian, as well as representing and advocating for the entire field. Because the field of dietetics wants to highlight and empower dietitians. And if we're able to increase our presence and even empower our peers to do so, then we're aligned with what the Academy wants, which is to have the value of the dietitian be seen and heard, and see dietitians as being the expert in food and nutrition. And we can easily do that if we're making money in multiple ways. Value of dietitians is more clear. The value of who a dietitian is and what we represent is more clearly seen in the media if we're actively creating revenue streams and we're adding value. We're stimulating the economy, and hopefully we're empowering our peers along in the process. And we can't plan for world events, and this goes back to financial security, but you're really future-proofing yourself and your business and your independence when you create additional revenue streams, because you never know what can happen. And to be safe and to have multiple ways for you to create wealth is really just a good practice for you as an individual who's making sure that you're practicing financial management tactics. Ultimately, financial planning is a life skill, and you want to protect yourself. I know I do. So maybe you're wondering, how many revenue streams should a business owner have? Now, you might have heard that experts say 7 revenue streams is this golden number. Where 7 revenue streams might seem like a lot, revenue streams can actually add up pretty quickly. So if you have a supplement line, you offer private consults, you have a group program, you also do speaking and teaching, maybe you also own real estate, that can easily add up. So this is where it's important for you to practice business planning and think about what you enjoy doing. And from there, you can decide how many revenue streams you want to create. And you might be able to be flexible in the future, but definitely more than one. I will say the topic of multiple revenue streams is way more controversial than I thought. So I thought, having this business background, that multiple revenue streams was something dietitians would just understand. Maybe not 7 revenue streams, but definitely more than 1. Check out this conversation from LinkedIn. So this was posted about dietitians saying to stop accepting jobs that are less than $70K. There are too many dietitians accepting lowballed offers without negotiating. All right, so this is a post, and it's tagged dietetic nutritionists, and there's over 2,000 likes and a lot of engagement, including me. I got on this as well. And it's an important topic because it's a big frustration and concern that dietitians have about pay. how much we get paid, how much we want to get paid, and negotiation skills. There's a lot that goes into this conversation. And so what I want to talk about with this social media thread on LinkedIn is my response and how my response was received more negatively than I would have expected. So I wrote, great post, creating additional revenue streams like digital products, such as an online course, and coaching and memberships are a great way to make more money and build your confidence, even if you work full time. That's essentially what this video is about. And there were many responses that had said something along the lines of, no, we should just get paid enough for one of our jobs. We don't want to have more than one job. We want to get paid more for one job. And where I don't disagree that it's important for us to negotiate higher pay, that's not the point I was making. Yes, it's great to make more money in one job and to negotiate a higher salary, but that's separate from the conversation of, as dietitians, as business owners, we should also have multiple revenue streams. It's well cited by experts that creating multiple revenue streams is future-proofing your business, creating financial security, improving our creativity, improving our brand reputation. And there are ways to do it that doesn't create burnout, especially if you're creating digital products. But as dietitians, for some reason, this concept is controversial and not yet accepted. So I'm wondering, what are your thoughts about creating multiple revenue streams? Is that something that intimidates you? Is that something you'd be willing to do? Do you see the value in creating financial security through multiple revenue streams? And this is an example of a comment. Many RDs are burned out and they aren't interested in multiple jobs. We should be paid enough. And again, multiple jobs has this connotation that you're going to be working 100 hours a week. And I think that dietitians are still not familiar that it's not a job, it would be a revenue stream. A revenue stream like creating a profitable course, creating a membership, or creating speaking opportunities. It's a revenue stream. It's a way for you to make more money. It doesn't mean that you are actually signing an employment agreement. You can work as a contractor. There's this thing called the gig economy where you can work as a freelancer, part-time. You can do it for a lot of hours a week or a few hours a week. You can do writing, blog posts. You can get paid through food brands. There's so many opportunities, and when you engage with those opportunities, you're creating financial security as well as aligning with what the Academy wants, which is showing dietitians, putting them in the media, having them be seen as the experts that we are. And this isn't an opinion about creating multiple revenue streams, it's actually a fact. So this is well cited. I wanted to show this article by this author I like named Melissa Houston from Forbes. And she has a whole article called The Importance of Revenue Diversification in Business and why it's so important, especially as women, for us to be empowered and to be able to be financially independent and to improve on our business skill sets and negotiation and confidence. And that can all be achieved by really taking the principle, the fact of multiple revenue streams and really working towards creating and building wealth and diversifying the wealth that we build. And the article discusses that you minimize risk by creating multiple revenue streams. And of course, it's hard to think about risk and minimizing risk because it's more preventative, but it is important, especially when you're looking at financial planning and retirement planning and thinking about your future. So I just want to give you a little bit of breakdown. The article shares top reasons why you want to create multiple revenue streams. You will withstand economic downturns, playing offense rather than defense, and then expand visibility and market research. You might be wondering, is there a difference between leveraged income and passive income? And although dietitians don't ask me this question head on, they do ask me this question framed in other ways. It might sound like, should I offer coaching or should I offer a course? Or why would I offer a course versus coaching or a membership or an ebook? So I want to explain that briefly. Leveraged income means you do the work once and you achieve or receive exponential results for that work. Meaning speaking, right? So I'm preparing for a talk, I'm doing the talk, I get paid a lot of money for the talk, for example, because I've prepared for a few hours for this talk I'm doing to 100 people or 1,000 people, or on the internet, your audience is even larger than that. And so that's the impact of leveraged income, is that your time and effort goes a lot longer than active income, which means you're directly trading time for money. And active income is most often seen in private coaching, that one-on-one exchange for your time for money, versus if you were to do speaking and you can help more people at once. So not only are you serving more people, getting your brand message out there, but you also have the potential to earn more if you can charge more and negotiate more through speaking opportunities. Another example is a book. For a dietitian to write a book, they write once and then they're going to receive the royalties many times thereafter the book once it's published and people are purchasing the book. which many of our clients have done. Check out Dietitian Boss alumni Fatima, who created a recipe guide on weight loss for people with paralysis. And then passive income is a little bit different than leveraged and active income. It's where you're receiving income from assets that you've created or purchased. And examples could be an online course, or maybe if you've licensed something, you are receiving royalties from being a licensor. There are other options as well, like an ebook, but those are the common options I want to discuss today. So you're creating a course, an ebook, you could do digital downloads, guides, or you could receive royalties from licensing. It could be like a framework or a method or a process, which I've done. If you like this video, I want you to check out this next video on screen and comment below with what you think about building multiple revenue streams. Is it controversial to you? Do you like the idea? Let me know below.